We are told that we should be kind and put other people's needs ahead of our own. But does anyone tell us that being too kind and caring can be dangerous? In a society that often glorifies selflessness, many individuals find themselves caught in a cycle of giving without receiving, leading to emotional and financial exhaustion. We live in a world where we don't always get what we give. It's full of generous people who see how their giving empties them both financially and emotionally, leaving them feeling depleted and taken for granted. Could being too kind even put our own lives in danger? You might be surprised by the bad things that can happen to you when you're too nice. In fact, excessive kindness can lead to burnout, resentment, and even toxic relationships where your goodwill is exploited rather than appreciated. When we prioritize others over ourselves to an extreme degree, we risk neglecting our own needs, mental health, and personal boundaries. This can create an imbalance that not only affects our well-being, but also diminishes the quality of the support we provide to others. Today, I'll delve into 8 bad things that can happen to you if you're too nice, including the emotional toll of being taken for granted and the potential for burnout. Additionally, I'll share 4 tough but necessary strategies to help you maintain your generosity without sacrificing your own needs, ensuring that you can support others while also safeguarding your own mental and emotional health. By understanding the risks of excessive kindness and learning how to set healthy boundaries, you can foster more meaningful relationships while still taking care of yourself. Let's move on to number 1. Without further ado, you will have too high hopes for people. The Stoics taught that we should accept things as they are and not rely on the actions of others to determine our happiness. This philosophy encourages us to find contentment from within rather than seeking external validation or support. When we place our expectations on others, we risk setting ourselves up for disappointment, as no one can meet our every need or fulfill our desires consistently. Giving without asking too much in return allows us to engage in acts of kindness without the burden of expectation, thus protecting our emotional well-being. It creates a buffer against disappointment and helps us cultivate emotional separation, where we can enjoy the act of giving without becoming emotionally entangled in the responses of those we help. This practice not only fosters a sense of calmness, but also empowers us to navigate our relationships with greater resilience. By managing our expectations and focusing on our own responses to giving, we can maintain a healthier mindset and engage with others more authentically, knowing that our self-worth is not dependent on how they perceive or reciprocate our kindness. Whether we are aware of it or not, it's hard for us to be fully selfless when we give. When we give everything we have, we expect everyone else to do the same when it's us who need something important. Though you've gotten people so used to having everything done for them that they'll take it for granted that you can handle everything in their lives and yours, especially your own, because if you don't take care of your own, why would you take care of other people's? In reality, your hopes of reciprocity won't be met, and you'll end up with a bad mood, tiredness, anger, and sadness. Still, if we look at it objectively, people aren't letting you down. They're just doing what you should be doing, which is taking care of their own tasks. People will only expect you to give them something, which is the second point. The Stoics say that it's important to remember that real worth comes from acting in a way that is good and logical, not from just doing what other people want. Moderation and giving in a balanced way help you stay in charge of your actions and keep you from getting into habits that hurt your mental health. You've heard your whole life that people are creatures of habit, and this couldn't be more true. People are made to adapt to a pattern, a way of life, and a symphony of things going on around them. The idea of the comfort zone comes from this desire to change. This means that if you're always giving, the people you help will expect you to give them something all the time. You'll lead them into their comfort zones, and they won't have to handle many of their responsibilities, because you'll be there to do them. If you don't value yourself, no one is likely to look you in the eyes and tell you to think more about yourself. At least don't expect this kind of empathy from the people you help, because they'd stick to their own Robin Hood mentality, which would cost them a lot in their lives. Third, your goals will not be taken into account. The Stoics said that it's important to live by reason and virtue, to set limits, and to put our own responsibilities first if we want to stay in balance and not give up our identity and well-being for other people. If you put everyone else's needs before your own, You may end up running away from something inside you that hurts and scares you. How do you feel when you spend the weekend alone or come home every day knowing no one is there to greet you? If you're doing so many different things because you want to get away from yourself, the blow will be twice as hard, because on the one hand, you'll have to face yourself sooner or later, and on the other, your bad mood will get worse as you start to put other people's needs before your own. Self-care is one of the most important parts of being healthy. Before you can help others feel better, you need to make sure you're happy, spoiled, and well cared for. You should never give someone a chocolate unless you first really enjoyed one yourself. Similarly, you shouldn't offer to clean a friend's house until you've cleaned your own and watched a good movie while sipping wine. The rest of the world comes after you. Fourth, people will think you are weak and treat you that way. Stoicism teaches us the importance of developing strength and maintaining control over ourselves. By setting clear boundaries and practicing self-discipline, we can effectively communicate that we are committed to our responsibilities and ideals. This not only helps us maintain our integrity, but also earns the respect of others, transforming the perception of our character from one of weakness to one of strength and reliability. If you find yourself helping others too much, there may come a time when you're seen as an expert in your field or the go-to person for advice. However, this perception can quickly shift if you fail to establish limits. Without those boundaries, people may begin to view you as weak or overly accommodating, much like the employee who constantly opposes their boss, leading colleagues to offload their own responsibilities onto you, knowing you're unlikely to refuse. Ironically, the moment you muster the courage to say no, you may find that the dynamic shifts dramatically. People may begin to view you with a newfound respect that they never previously considered possible. However, be aware that this respect often comes at a price. You'll likely attract a multitude of buts, individuals who only approach you when they have a need or require assistance. These relationships can become transactional rather than genuine, where your value is measured solely by your ability to meet others' demands. To counteract this, it's essential to cultivate relationships based on mutual respect and reciprocity, ensuring that your kindness is not exploited, but rather appreciated for the meaningful connection it fosters. Stoicism teaches us the vital importance of discernment and wisdom when it comes to choosing whom to help. By exercising self-control and maintaining a balanced perspective, we can more easily distinguish between genuine friends who truly value our support and those who may seek to exploit our kindness for their own benefit. This discernment allows us to protect our time and energy, ensuring that we invest ourselves in relationships that are mutually beneficial and uplifting rather than draining and one-sided. Consider the reality that people who once regarded you as a good friend may suddenly seem to vanish from your life, only to reappear when they need something. This phenomenon isn't uncommon. In fact, if you think about it logically, it makes sense. Most individuals tend to reserve casual social invitations for close friends or family, rarely extending such gestures to colleagues or acquaintances. The stark contrast in behavior can be jarring, and it serves as a reminder that not all relationships are built on a foundation of reciprocity and genuine connection. What you're experiencing is not a reflection of your worth or value. Rather, it's a common dynamic in human relationships that can leave you feeling undervalued and taken for granted. While this realization may provide some comfort, it doesn't absolve the unfairness of the situation. You deserve friendships that uplift and support you, not ones that leave you feeling like a mere resource for others. To navigate these complexities effectively, it's crucial to develop strategies to safeguard yourself from being taken advantage of. In the following sections, I'll share methods that will empower you to recognize and address these unhealthy dynamics, allowing you to foster healthier relationships that honor your boundaries and self-worth. 6. You'll only attract people who want something and never those who genuinely wish to give. With patient judgment and discernment, we can cultivate relationships that are authentic and mutually beneficial, enriching our lives rather than depleting them. It's essential to recognize that people enter our lives based on the energy we emit. When we vibrate at a low frequency, we inadvertently draw in individuals who are negative, depressed, and have dark souls, those who may wish to drain us emotionally or exploit our kindness. These individuals often carry their own unresolved issues, seeking out others to project their pain onto, which can lead to toxic dynamics that leave us feeling exhausted and unfulfilled. Conversely, when we maintain a high vibration through positivity, self-care, and joy, we naturally attract those who exude good energy. These are the individuals who embody kindness, enthusiasm, and a strong work ethic, those who uplift and inspire us to become our best selves. However, if we find ourselves in the habit of giving excessively to everyone without discretion, we risk depleting our own energy reserves. This overextension can lead to burnout, causing our vibrations to dip, making us vulnerable to attracting needy individuals who seek to siphon off whatever goodwill we have left. Additionally, opportunists may be drawn to us, not because they want to contribute to our lives, but solely because they wish to take advantage of our generosity. These are the people who come into our lives only when they need something, leaving us feeling underappreciated and taken for granted. They often depart without so much as a thank you, further deepening our sense of disappointment. This cycle of giving without receiving can become a pattern that entraps us in unhealthy relationships, reinforcing the need for self-awareness and boundaries in our interactions. Seventh, you could end up getting hooked on something. The Stoics taught us the importance of being calm, centered, and in charge of ourselves, advocating for a balanced approach to our desires and behaviors. Practicing self-discipline in our giving helps us avoid falling into the trap of bad habits and enables us to maintain a healthy relationship with our actions and choices. When scarcity or deprivation becomes a recurring theme in our lives, the yearning for certain experiences or substances intensifies, creating a fertile ground for addiction to take root. Consider the scenario where someone close to you begins to notice that you may be drinking excessively, not just the occasional sparkling water, but perhaps delving into more harmful beverages. They might also observe your eating habits, spiraling out of control, or they might raise concerns about your gambling tendencies. It's vital to pay close attention to the feedback from those who genuinely care about your well-being. Your initial reaction might be to dismiss their concerns in anger, insisting that you have no problems at all. This defensiveness is often a natural response. Many people find it difficult to confront their issues, particularly when they are ensnared in their own struggles. However, such defensiveness can be a signal that you are, in fact, grappling with underlying problems that you might not be ready to acknowledge. Denial can prevent you from addressing the root causes of your behaviors, allowing them to fester and grow. Recognizing this tendency is crucial, as the people who care about you are often offering insights that can help you break free from harmful patterns before they escalate. By taking their words seriously and reflecting on your habits, you can begin to cultivate a healthier, more balanced approach to your life, avoiding the pitfalls of addiction and finding true contentment in moderation. Always remember that people who care about you want what's best for you, so pay close attention to what they say because they're trying to help you stop falling and move forward. Eighth, you'll make people think twice. Stoicism teaches us the importance of doing good for its own sake, regardless of how others perceive us. This philosophical stance encourages us to stay true to our beliefs and principles, cultivating a sense of integrity that can withstand the storms of misunderstanding and false accusations. In a world where genuine kindness seems increasingly rare, being a kind person can often attract suspicion rather than gratitude. When you consistently extend kindness and compassion, it may raise eyebrows, prompting others to wonder what your motivations might be. They might question if you have hidden agendas or ulterior motives that you haven't disclosed. This skepticism can stem from their own experiences with disingenuous behavior or a societal tendency to view kindness as a potential vulnerability. In this way, your altruism, rather than being celebrated, might cause people to speculate about your intentions and character. Moreover, this dynamic can lead to a frustrating paradox. As you strive to embody kindness, you may find yourself navigating relationships with individuals who are more focused on deciphering your motives than appreciating your generosity. While encountering such suspicion can be disheartening, it also provides an opportunity for introspection. Understanding that not everyone will respond positively to your goodwill allows you to cultivate resilience. You can learn to continue your acts of kindness with the knowledge that the reward lies in the act itself, not necessarily in how it is received. It may also help you refine your circle, surrounding yourself with those who appreciate and reciprocate kindness rather than those who merely take advantage of it. Ultimately, while some may be suspicious, your unwavering commitment to kindness can inspire others to reflect on their own behaviors and beliefs, potentially creating a ripple effect of positive change in a world that often seems devoid of it. Most people who want to help too much are hiding such evil plans that it's best to stay away from them and refuse the help they offer. Now, let's look at what you can do to stop people from taking advantage of you. Strategy number 1 asterisk, pay attention to how you feel, because it's telling you something. Rooted in the Stoic idea of self-awareness, this strategy emphasizes the importance of being mindful of your emotional state. The Stoics believe that self-reflection is essential for understanding our feelings and desires, serving as a compass for our actions. By cultivating this awareness, you can recognize when your inclination to help others may be leading you to overextend yourself, draining your mental and emotional resources in the process. Consider how each act of kindness impacts your well-being. Reflect on the emotional aftermath of your actions. Do you feel fulfilled and joyful, or do you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, or even resentful? Recognizing these emotions is crucial because they can signal an imbalance in your giving. Ideally, when you help others from a place of genuine care, it should lift your spirits and make you feel as though you're walking on clouds. However, if your efforts leave you feeling busy, drained, angry, or used, it's vital to heed these signals rather than ignore them. Allow yourself the grace to acknowledge that it's okay to prioritize your own needs. If you find that the help you're offering comes at a significant cost to your own emotional or physical health, it's essential not to deceive yourself about the consequences. Instead, take time to evaluate how your generosity affects your overall well-being. This self-reflection can empower you to adjust your approach, enabling you to strike a balance between being helpful to others and taking care of yourself. By doing so, you ensure that your kindness remains sustainable and fulfilling, allowing you to contribute positively to the lives of others without sacrificing your own peace of mind. Strategy number 2 asterisk, don't be afraid of the word no. Embracing this principle is fundamental to practicing the Stoic teachings, which emphasize the value of self-discipline and personal responsibility. Recognizing that your time and energy are finite resources is crucial for maintaining balance in your life. The Stoics understood that the ability to set boundaries is an essential component of self-control, allowing you to navigate the demands of life without becoming overwhelmed. Saying no when you feel stretched too thin or when a request is unfair is not just a matter of self-preservation. It's an affirmation of your worth and priorities. While the word no may carry negative connotations, often evoking feelings of guilt or sadness, it is a necessary tool for reclaiming your autonomy. Many people struggle with the discomfort of denying requests, often fearing the potential fallout or disappointment that may follow. However, it's important to recognize that failing to assert your boundaries can lead to feelings of resentment, burnout, and ultimately pessimism. To build confidence in your ability to say no, consider practicing in front of a mirror. This simple exercise can help you become more comfortable with asserting your boundaries, allowing you to articulate your decision with clarity and conviction. Remind yourself that using this word is not only a means of protecting your mental and emotional well-being, but also a way to cultivate healthier relationships. By establishing clear boundaries, you prevent unnecessary risks and create space for opportunities that align with your values and goals. Ultimately, learning to say no empowers you to live more authentically and prevents others from taking advantage of your kindness and generosity. Strategy number 3 asterisk, you have a time and a place for yourself. Respect them. Following the Stoic values of self-discipline and self-respect, it's important to give yourself time and room to take care of yourself. Do what you like, such as exercising, drawing, or listening to music while having a cup of tea, or anything else that gets you going. Finish your responsibilities as soon as you can so you can try this out. You should take this very seriously. So seriously that you should schedule this time every day or every week. So if someone asks for your help at that time, they need to be very kind and helpful to you, not to the person in need. Without remorse, you can tell them no and enjoy that time and space just for yourself. If you don't want to be so direct, you can offer to help at a different time, but make it clear that you will only be able to help for a short time because you have other things to do. Strategy number 4 asterisk, identify energy vampires and distance yourself from them. This strategy aligns with the Stoic principles of self-discipline and wisdom, emphasizing the importance of recognizing which relationships nurture your spirit and which ones drain you mentally and emotionally. Energy vampires are those individuals who thrive on negativity and constantly seek to pull you into their drama, leaving you feeling depleted after every interaction. By learning to identify these energy drainers, you can take proactive steps to protect your own well-being and maintain a healthier emotional state. Staying away from people who consistently sap your energy and contribute nothing positive to your life is not just a personal choice. It is an act of self-care. It shows a commitment to your own health and happiness, embodying Stoic self-control in your relationships. Surrounding yourself with positive influences fosters a supportive environment where you can flourish, while distancing yourself from toxic individuals creates the necessary space for personal growth. It's crucial to understand that attempts to help an energy thief often yield little to no results. These individuals are typically overwhelmed by their complaints, persistent pains, and a catastrophic view of life that colors their perceptions. You may find that every conversation becomes a cycle of negativity, with no room for solutions or personal growth. Trying to rescue them can leave you feeling frustrated and disheartened, as they may not be ready or willing to change. Moreover, if their problems were truly resolved, they would lose the very attention and validation they crave, making them unlikely to embrace solutions that might lead to their own empowerment. Instead of investing your time and energy into trying to change these individuals, focus on nurturing relationships with those who uplift and inspire you. Engage with friends and acquaintances who share your values and contribute positively to your life. By prioritizing healthy relationships, you not only protect your energy, but also cultivate an environment that encourages growth and happiness. Remember, it's not selfish to distance yourself from negativity. It's an essential part of living a fulfilling and balanced life. In conclusion, according to Stoic wisdom, the best measure for navigating life is always to find the middle ground, and this principle applies particularly to the concept of generosity. Striking a balance is crucial. If we give too little, we risk being perceived as selfish and greedy, while excessive giving can lead to our own depletion, leaving us drained of energy, time, and often financial resources. This balance is not just about maintaining our well-being, but also about ensuring that our generosity is sustainable and meaningful. Leaning toward the gray areas, where the needs of others are considered alongside our own, is essential for fostering healthy relationships and personal fulfillment. It's about recognizing that while compassion and kindness are important, they should not come at the cost of our own health and happiness. By finding this balance, we can engage in acts of kindness that are genuine and sustainable, ensuring that our efforts are not only appreciated but also reciprocated in a healthy way. And when in doubt, remember the magic word no. This simple yet powerful term can protect your boundaries and empower you to prioritize your own needs without guilt. It's particularly useful in situations where someone offers help with ulterior motives, like suggesting they drive you home from the window of their car, which might be a red flag. Saying no allows you to reclaim your time and energy, ensuring that your generosity is directed toward those who truly value and respect your contributions. Ultimately, by adhering to these Stoic principles, you can navigate the complexities of generosity while safeguarding your own well-being. As we reach the end of this enlightening journey, I sincerely hope that the tips and strategies shared today will be of great use to you in navigating the complexities of kindness, generosity, and self-preservation. Remember, you are a vital part of this channel's community, and your engagement helps us grow together. If this video has resonated with you, sparked your thoughts, or offered you valuable insights, please take a moment to give it a thumbs up. Your support not only encourages us, but also helps more people discover the transformative powers of Stoic wisdom. Lastly, be sure to subscribe for your daily dose of Stoic wisdom and inspiration. Together, we can cultivate a community dedicated to living more mindfully and meaningfully. Thank you for being a part of this journey, and I look forward to sharing more insights with you soon.